for how you could save and make money using multiple money vehicles and tax vehicles for mid-year. So if your mom over 40 who happen to have a spouse who's not working and you are working, you have a full-time job and you're also doing a bunch of side hustles and you are burning, let's say $200,000 per year from your full-time job, and let's say between your rental Airbnb income that you're producing for, let's say, from renting out your house, you're making some money, and let's just say altogether you're making close to 230k from a couple of side hustles like doing Uber Eats or doing proxy picks or doing any other kind of gig economy apps, plus you have a full-time job on W2 where you're constantly commuting, maybe you have a hybrid schedule, and also you're doing a little bit of house hacking, you're doing Airbnb rental, and you're making money from that. So altogether, let's just say you're making close to $230,000 per year. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a mid-year strategy. I broke down that strategy briefly in a previous workshop, but right now I'm gonna go into more details for how this works. Effectively, guys, as you know, in order for you to save money or make money, you need to introduce certain techniques into your lifestyle. Those techniques are very powerful. Those techniques and tactics and habits needs to be instilled throughout every single year as you are getting close to the tax season or going through like the mid-year, etc. So what I'm about to describe to you guys is multiple combinations of money saving and making money ways for how to reduce your taxable income and how to earn additional extra side hustling income. So this way you can balance it all out and finally have a little bit more time with for your kids, for your pets, cats, kids, and dogs. So this way you get to travel with them and have so much fun. And of course, I'll talk about that as well at the end of the workshop real quick. But the most important part you got to understand is that if you haven't, so right now what I'll do is I'll list some of those things that I'm using to go ahead and help me save money. And I'm going to explain to you how I'm using those vehicles, money saving vehicles and money making vehicles. So money saving vehicles that I'm using right now as a full-time employee and with a hybrid schedule, with a part-time job, doing different types of side hustles and ranging from consulting, Airbnb, rental, as well as Uber Eats, as well as proxy picks, taking it, as well as from time to time managing neighbors and managing my handyman to help out neighbors and making money from that. From all those different things, you could categorize all of those gig economy side hustles, with an exception of Airbnb, as 1099 type of income. So what you could do, you could literally spawn money from opening up several tax saving accounts to offset your 1099 income and to offset your W2 income in combination. What I'm going to do is I'm going to describe what you could do to make that happen. You could increase your income as well, even if you don't have any way left to save that money. I'm gonna give you, it's already close to the middle of the year, so here's what you got to do as a mom over 40. Here's what you need to check, immediately need to check, else if you don't check that, you're gonna be immediately missing out on like $5,000 to $10,000. You could literally save like $5,000 to $10,000 per year using these strategies. So the first thing you got to check and ask yourself, did you open up HSA account? If no, then go ahead and link your HSA account to your bank account and do the maximum contribution. But do it in context of your balancing out the other bills that you're paying for. So if you're not sure for how to balance out other bills that you're paying for, then definitely talk to me, jump into my workshops. My name is Ron Wells. I'm a 21st century freedom writer, former certified math teacher for the state of Connecticut. I'm well versed across multiple high cardinality heterogeneous complexities. I help moms over 40 figure out the path to freedom. And one of the ways to get to freedom is to start saving with this HSA account. So if you haven't opened up health saving account yet to deduct from your overall W2 income, definitely do that. I know what I did is I discovered today that apparently I wasn't contributing to my HSA account for whatever reason. It was just I forgot to contribute it. So I noticed that, and what I immediately did is linked my bank account and immediately started like allocated some money into my HSA. HSA is it's a vehicle, very good vehicle. I'm sure you guys are familiar with it, but it's basically like a health saving account that you could contribute money up to a certain limit that IRS requires you to follow. But anyway, the bottom line is you'll include that as much as possible inside of that HSA account, so this way you could write it off from your overall taxable W2 income and your other income. So altogether you pay less with taxes. But anyway, guys, this is HSA, but the other thing what you got to do is more than HSA. I'm going to go ahead and list more vehicles real quick that I'm using to help me make and save really good money. And use those vehicles right away if you catch them early throughout this mid-year video. If you don't catch them, then you're going to be like literally missing out on like maybe $10,000. Literally just imagine imagine $10,000 laying in front of your eyes, and you couldn't get that $10,000 simply because you didn't see Ron Wells video. Just imagine. So going back to what I was saying, the next thing which you want to do is you want to make sure that you max out your 401k. You want to make sure you max out your solo 401k. And thank you guys for joining. Thank you for allocating a little bit of your time. I'm talking about a way for how you could literally make like $10,000. I'm talking about many different ways for how you could save money and how you could make money. So thank you guys for joining. My name's Ron Wells, and here's what you have to do. Here's what you got to understand. The most important part for you guys to use is HSA. Make sure you max out your health saving account, so this way you could reduce your taxable income. Then the next thing what you want to be doing, you want to be tapping into your Roth IRA and IRA. But before I talk about that, let me go ahead and give you my scenario for how I'm saving money, so this way you could see my use case scenario and see how you could apply it for yourself. I'm making money from multiple side hustles. I have a full stack cybersecurity engineer job. I have a hybrid schedule. I'm a top engineer in my company. I can reverse engineer many different types of high cardinality heterogeneous complexities within different types of environments. And what I also do is I help moms over 40 discover freedom by introducing them to a variety of types of business models, showing them how to create beautiful content that will blow up and help you get more views, get more leads, and become the feudal lord that you deserve to be, the bougie boss mom, the business owner that you deserve to be, without actually going through so much stress and through so much struggles. And finally, guys, what I do is I help moms over 40 figure out a way for how to save money across all of their lifestyle. So let's say you are a full-time mom, full-time job person. Let's say you have a full-time job and you also have side hustling kind of activities that you're doing. Maybe you're doing Airbnb, maybe you're doing some other gig economy apps, whatever the case may be. You're making some money from a combination of both activities. You have a full W-2 income and you have 1099 income. So in my case, that is precisely what I have. And what I do is I use different ways to save money. What I did is I reviewed my financial situation in the middle of the year, and I discovered that I wasn't contributing to HSA. I quickly caught my mistake and immediately went ahead and jumped into my HSA bank account and updated my bank statement. I linked my bank account so that I could contribute and fill up my entire HSA account. If you don't do this, guys, if you don't fill it up, then think about this way. Think about this. Would you rather pay whatever the tax rate? In my particular case, my tax rate is close to 22% in Connecticut. So just imagine like 22% you would be paying for that $8,000 that you could have been contributing into your account, into your HSA. But anyway, this is all mechanics. The most important part for you to understand is the fact that if you haven't contributed to HSA, go ahead and quickly contribute that and call it a day, then move on to the next vehicle. The next thing what you got to do is you got to ask yourself, how much money do you have in your overall brokerage portfolio? Is that a lot of money? Did you make any long-term gains? And go ahead and then do a switcheroo. I'm going to go ahead and give you quick strategies that are not described anywhere. This is really unique to my situation, and I also find many moms have similar situation where they have a full-time job, they have a part-time income, but they don't know how to extract money out of that. They don't know. Their accountants are pretty much like incompetent. They don't explain those different concepts, so they don't know who to trust, and they end up like doing nothing at all, and then they end up like literally missing out on like 10 G's laying around. You literally have like maybe $10,000 that you could save on if you have a full-time job, if you know those vehicles. Not only will you learn what kind of money saving vehicles you could use in order to grow and in order to make sure that you have more time for your pets, cats, kids, dogs, but also you're going to learn how to spawn money from different brands. And what my talent agency does, we help you get different brands, so this way you could have a beautiful life. Maybe you love to travel on RV and have fun and become that next wave of creators where you get to create content and show your life and show, I don't know, TikToks and sell products and that kind of stuff. And you want to make money from that, but you're really not sure how. Nobody really explained that to you, and you wanted to figure out a way also how to save money from all of your taxes. You don't want to be in a situation where you are constantly being a process prisoner working under corporate ladder and not understanding how to actually grow from multiple high cardinality heterogeneous complexities that are involved in terms of growing your feudal kingdom and your business. So what I do, as my name's Ron Wells, I'm a really sophisticated 21st century freedom writer, former certified math teacher for the state of Connecticut. I know exactly what moms over 40 need, and this is what I specialize. This is what I did with my talent agency. Specifically, I made a mission to help moms over 40 discover freedom faster. So guys, look, here's what you got to do. The next vehicle that you want to save money with is Roth IRA. You want to max out your Roth IRA, and of course, I'm not going to do too much mechanics. I'm just going to give you the names of kind of vehicles I use. And of course, I create more specific workshops that discuss the mechanics of all of them and how you could do this for your specific situation. In my particular case, it's no brainer. My wife does not work. I needed to figure out a way for how I could load balance the situation, considering the fact that she doesn't work and I'm the only person who works. So I needed to figure out a way for how I could maximize my savings across all of my revenue streams in a way that will help me. And of course, if you listen to the story, you're going to be able to figure out how to do the same. Maybe you will say, well, I don't have a situation like that. I have a reverse. My husband works, but I'm a stay-at-home mom. Whatever the case, if you're listening to the situation and the circumstance, you could revert this and use it for your particular case. Just think of everyone Wells. I know I'm a dude, I'm not a mom, but think of it the opposite. Use some polarization techniques, guys, when thinking about how to grow your money and save that money. So the next thing, obviously what you want to do, you want to open up a Roth IRA and IRA account for your spouse, the one that doesn't work. So if you work, if you have a full-time job, you want to open up a Roth IRA account and IRA account for your spouse. So then what you want to do, you want to max out that Roth IRA and IRA account. You want to split it in the mix. Roth IRA allows you, of course, you guys already know what a Roth IRA does. It allows you to put money in it, just grows tax free, versus IRA, you still got to pay taxes when you retire, etc. So you got to create that balance when you are growing your finances. The next thing what you want to do, you want to open up Solo401k. Solo401k, you could still have two 401ks, guys. One regular 401k from your work, and the other one is Solo401k. With Solo401k, you could get that additional employer contribution of 20%. So let's say you're doing some Uber Eats and doing some, I don't know, maybe you're doing some TikTok shop or whatever it is that you're doing, but you got that 1099 income from the gig economy, and you wanted to offload that. And how do you do that? How do you open up a second 401k? Have you ever heard anybody telling you that you could have two 401ks to offset your taxable income? If not, then congratulations, you're in the right place. Guys, the next thing which you want to do after opening up Solo 401k is contribute 20% into that Solo 401k. This is going to be deductible from your side hustling income. Don't have a side hustle? Don't worry, I have a digital power bundle called Thread Stock that helps you learn how to create a side hustle, get connected with different types of brands, and build your business. Plus, we have multiple grants available for business moms over 40 who happen to be in business for like 2 years and want to get access to those grants. Definitely apply, guys. There's a deadline before that deadline expires. Apply now, because that's also another like $5,000 to $10,000 of free money laying down. If you guys want to learn how to get access to my community, all you got to do is DM the word PAF on my Insta. There's many coaches over there and many help moms over 40 apply for grants, to help moms over 40 learn how to construct beautiful content, to help moms over 40 learn how to do TikTok shop, and so much more. Guys, if you don't do this, this is like literally leaving money on the table. All you got to do is jump into my community, describe your situation, squabble up with the right mentor who's going to walk you through the process for how you could learn certain skills in order to grow your products. For example, how to find a winning product, how to go ahead and create an incredible offer so people buy that product, how to do this in a way where you're more of a combination of your digital world and a physical world together, where you produce money from both worlds. How do you do this while having fun, while you're traveling, while you have an RV? How do you monetize the heck out of your pets, cats, kids, and dogs, and your lifestyle? All of those different things you're going to learn fairly quickly. Once again, folks, my name is Ron Wells. I have sophisticated ways of helping moms over 40 discover freedom using all of different money saving techniques, multiple ways of saving money, not only from the standpoint of just on taxes. Like, I really don't like when I see some people just talk about taxes and nothing else. That is not how life is designed. That is not how moms over 40 operate. They have many different complexities, many different situations that they're running into. They're looking for some sort of advice that is comprehensive, that can help them not only save money but also make money. And that's exactly what you're going to learn directly from my company called Freedom Fusion System. We help moms over 40 create their own Freedom Fusion System and build their feudal kingdom. That feudal kingdom is a representation of you, your brand, your future you, and everything that you create out of your existing self, your past self and your future self, in order to make progress. So this way you can have more time for your pets, cats, kids, and dogs to discover freedom faster. Guys, imagine if you can learn how to spill tea like this as well. Isn't that fire? Just imagine if you could do that. Just think about it, how much progress you could make if you learn how to spill tea, if you learn how to create content, if you learn how to discover those money-saving vehicles, if you learn how to apply for those grants and bring some additional income for your business and save even more money. Guys, the key here is, if you're a business owner, this is like gold for you, this community, guys. If you join this community, you're going to be so hooked into all of those different ways for how you could save money and make money, and how to apply for grants, and how to create content, digital content. Did you guys see like some of my content literally like blown up on YouTube? It's absolutely insane. Like literally I went ahead and dropped the video of an AI girl showing you like fire looking lantern, and that thing blew up. That's absolutely crazy. Imagine learning skills like this, guys. This is absolutely crazy. And right now you literally just joined one of those workshops where I spill the tea for how you could use all sorts of money saving mechanisms in the middle of the year for your IRA, Solo401k, Roth IRA, HSA, and all sorts of other vehicles. But the crazy part about that you're not sure of or don't know about is the fact that we have many different vehicles for you to save money from and generate multiple income streams. All we got to do is just jump into my community. You're going to quickly learn what to do, how to do it, and you're going to be so happy. You're going to come back to me and you're going to be like, oh my God, I finally managed to save some money. Thank you, Ron Wells, for helping me remember that I got to put all the money into HSA account to fill it up quickly, so this will save more on all of those taxable incomes and all that other stuff. Many moms don't over 40, they don't understand, and they don't even understand how to use ChatGPT to even figure it out or what questions to ask. What I do is I help moms over 40 discover what to ask and help you figure it out if it makes sense for you, for your particular situation. Maybe it doesn't make any sense for you to go ahead and like fill up your HSA accounts fully. Maybe it makes more sense to go ahead and buy a house because you happen to find one on the market that has a very good upsell, doesn't require major repositioning, and has this appreciation factor. It has many other different factors to flip it, to make additional profits, to rent it out short term, whatever the case may be. Maybe this is going to be more better for you in terms of overall strategy versus kind of focusing only on one part of it and maxing up your HSA or 401k or anything else. So there's certain things that there's pros and cons, and this is something that what I do is I help moms understand those pros and cons a lot better, faster, quicker. So this way you start focusing on what matters most. And of course, what matters most is for you to quickly iterate through multiple products, winning products, find those winning products and spawn some money. That's what matters most. And that's exactly what we also offer directly right here in our community. Join, guys, learn from ThreadStack Digital Power Bundle, learn AI, UGC automation, digital faceless marketing skills. When you start learning those skills, guys, it's going to be so much easier for you to earn that money that you're not even going to worry too much about other money saving vehicles that I'm talking about here. Although I know a lot of moms are interested in like, how do I save myself like 10 G's using some of those laws, money saving laws that Ron Wells is talking about. Well, I'm going to give you, instead of 10 G's, I'll give you a way to save 20 G's. How? By applying for a grant one way in my community. And if you're a mom over 40, you apply for a grant, you're good to go. If you had access to that money, you could hire powerful side hustlers who could go ahead and help you grow your feudal kingdom. So this way you make even more money and save even more money on taxes and learn all those other things faster. A lot of people don't recognize that because nobody is really guiding them and providing the directional advice, but you're getting that. And not only are you getting these for how to save money, but how to make money and how to combine your life in the process with TikTok Shop, RV Mom on a Go, that kind of stuff. So this way everything lines up and you start producing that income that you've been seeking to get, but nobody was really helping you. Here's the reason why many moms over 40 are so lost. Reason number one is because they go on YouTube and only watch specific advice about accounting or specific advice about some subject area expertise, and the rest, what happens next is they become silent process prisoners, constantly watching content of subject matter experts without recognizing that they have deviated themselves from the overall Freedom Fusion goal to discover that freedom from multiple vehicles, money-making vehicles and money-saving vehicles. And of course, guys, this is, unfortunately, that's what happens with many moms over 40. They never even get a chance to sit down and smell the roses, smell them, and finally recognize the situation and ask questions like, oh my God, Ron Wells helped me discover $10,000, $20,000. All I had to do was watch his workshop. Oh my God, how come nobody told me about Ron Wells? Guys, by the time you discover who is Ron Wells, unfortunately, this is what happens. Many people who become really famous, they become famous many years later, and you only get to discover them many generations later. And I feel like once you watch some of my poems that I have created even before ChatGPT, and later on in your life encounter them and read them, you're gonna remember this life and you're gonna be like, oh my God, I came across actual 21st century freedom rider, Ron Wells. Holy smokes, I just wish I had only had a few moments to talk to him about my financial situation, then my situation would have changed all along. Imagine coming across such person. Congratulations, you happen to come across such person. My name is Ron Wells. I'm a 21st century freedom rider, former certified math teacher for the state of Connecticut, full stack cybersecurity cloud engineer, and your ticket to freedom. Guys, without further ado, I'm gonna get going. I got some food real quick. I'm super stoked. I'm super hungry. I dropped a couple of videos for you on YouTube that are absolutely fire. Take a look at some of those videos of cats, AI girl, RV videos, and all sorts of other stuff. Take a look, and if you're trying to figure out how to make your business work for you, then definitely jump into my Thread Stack Digital Power Bundle bootcamp and workshops, and I promise you, you're not going to regret. I'll see you next time, and take care, guys.